Hurry up!
Hi, I'm Jomo.
And I'm Kyle.
And you're watching Time Attack.
The only video game show on the internet.
And we have just 15 minutes to talk about Sonic Adventure Battle 2 for the GameCube.
Start the clock.
Starting the clock now.
Now, you said Sonic Adventure Battle 2.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that it sounds so awkward when you say it out loud, but I think you're right.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure Battle 2. I know.
Or no, it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, isn't it?
I'll have to look at the cover later.
Not that it matters.
Not terribly.
So, for those who somehow have never played this game, maybe explain.
Well, it's a platforming adventure game featuring Sonic and friends. And you go through a story mode where you're grinding on rails in a mech, blowing up stuff, and hunting for treasure as Rouge and Knuckles, and collecting rings, power-ups, and lots of good stuff like that.
It's Sonic in 3D.
That is,
take that as you will.
And his peak, I would say, when it comes to 3D.
My experience with things beyond Adventure 2 is not, like, we played Generations together, which was all right.
Yeah.
I would say that's comparable in quality, if not maybe better, actually.
Well, it goes back to more of the fundamentals, I guess. Classic Sonic. Even though the new the new path with the new Sonic is a little different, but it's still pretty on a rail, on a track,
Yeah. Well, because this game is really interesting because it's terrible, but it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's like both things, like, at the same time.
Well, the Sonic levels are... I don't think there's one that you could say, like, oh, this is bad. This is a bad Sonic level.
I could say they're all...
Like Sonic and Shadow.
They're janky as heck, but...
Really?
It's because you played it so much, you know how to play it. like Sonic... I think I've used this example before on this show, but, like, if you're playing Sonic well, and you know exactly what to do, you've done the level before, it looks great.
Yeah.
But the minute you go where you're not supposed to, or you're a little too slow or a little too fast, and the camera's just like... Or, like, you hit off a wall, and it's like... And it's just like... Yeah.
The camera's like, where am I? Why am I looking against a wall? It's like, don't go.
No, but I'm saying even just like the way Sonic reacts to hitting things he's not supposed to. Like you'd be going super fast and slam into a wall, but there's no like reaction. He just stops.
Yeah.
It's not even like I almost prefer if he
gone.
just smashed against it and there's like an impact, but he just stops dead.
Yes, that's right.
And that kind of stuff happens all the time if you're not playing, well.
Mm-hmm.
So I would argue even the Sonic levels are kind of bad. But if you don't mind the issues and you get into it, it's amazing.
I guess. I don't know. That's not been my experience. One thing that we'll go in order. So the max levels, I like generally. I like the feel of homing in on all the enemies, seeing all the missiles come out, and you can jump and float around. Like, it feels all right. Now, obviously, there's parts where you just die instantly if you land somewhere. But for what it is, I think it's good. Like...
It's like it's fine. Mm-hmm. It all controls fine. It's just it's not my preferred. I'm not playing Sonic to stomp around in a mech, and you spend a lot of the game doing that.
Yeah,
and it's just like if this was some other game I could like choose to play on its own. Like I am choosing to play the mech game right now. I wouldn't mind it, but in Sonic, with just such like prevalence throughout the game, it's just like. Not fun.
Well, sure. I mean, like, I definitely get the feel that when I'm playing on those mech levels, you're kind of enjoying it, sort of, but the anticipation of playing another Sonic level is coming up because now you're done with this. Now you're moving on to something else. Ooh.
Like I was tearing on the Sonic levels a bit just to say that like they're not perfect, right? But like those are by far the best parts of this game, like Sonic and Shadow. So it really is you just tolerating the rest of it. Like even the the Knuckles and Rouge, like those levels are fine because at least it's 3D platforming, so it's closer to Sonic.
Yeah, like it's not bad. Like, I mean, I was gonna say that was the worst one. I think it's just that there's some levels, like the space level.
There's just bad levels.
Yeah, there's some real bad levels. I don't mind. Like, I kind of like the haunted
Pumpkin Hill is actually
cool.
fun.
Yeah, like there's some fun ones. It's just at some point when you're like looking for that last emerald, and it's just like, where is it? Like,
it
like
works.
nothing's happening.
Those levels work better, like Pumpkin Hill, when they're big and open and outside. When Knuckles is like crawling around those mines, it's just not fun.
Yeah,
like a flooded mine or whatever, and you're like adjusting. I think you adjust the water levels, don't you?
I think so. Yeah,
I might be thinking of Zelda, but maybe it's both games.
Wow. Yeah, it's you got those three different ways of playing that are involved. What kind of keeps me going is the story. I actually like it. Like an opening cut scene when Sonic bursts out of that military plane. He's being, he's being framed, not on purpose, but they think he's Shadow, and that's why he was arrested. He talks to the president at one point. The moon blows up in half and shoots a laser beam, destroying, some stuff. It's like there's some action. There's things going on. It feels like progression. Oh, we forgot one more mode. The racing. Remember you're in the car?
Oh, yeah, catch the president?
Yeah, catch that president.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
on
bad.
That ridiculous highway.
Well, the story, too, it's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's not good.
No. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, yeah, it's one of the best stories
It's like Saturday morning cartoon level logic, which is all it needs. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I'm not getting, like, emotionally stirred by Shadow's plight, and I'm not, like, really that invested in what's going to happen next. It's just kind of like, oh, here's Robotnik. Now he's doing something here.
Well, there's this, I don't know what it is. Like, I get the feeling like it's like The Room. There's quotes. Yeah, it's like The Room where there's these, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. Shadow, what are you doing? You hurry up and get there right now before the island blows up with you on it, or
which is like barely audible over like the music in the background.
Yeah. Or the faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around. I really hope they put that in the third Sonic movie. Or like there's gotta be a faker. You're a faker. You're
the fake hedgehog.
Yeah. That'd be good. Oh, and there's all those memeable YouTube videos where like there's this part at the end of the game where Sonic and Shadow are walking and they're talking, and then they start running, and that's like the boss. There's people that'll take that conversation and like add all these like in-depth conversations that Shadow is like talking about a definition of a meaning of a word, and I don't know. You gotta watch them, but they're hilarious. I mean, totally recommend it. Maybe we'll put a link in the description about it, but it's really cool.
Well, it is a good example, though. I like to compare it to The Room in a way, because I do find a movie can be really bad and still be enjoyable, but with a video game, if it gets too bad, it's not fun to play. Yeah. So it's hard to have a game that's so bad it's good. But this one might actually have the perfect balance of playability. Like, it is functional, like 70% of the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's stuff that's genuinely good in there, and then there's just a bunch of shit like scattered throughout to give it that bad movie appeal without being a miserable experience. It's an uneven experience.
See, I'm just not sure if maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe it was a time when I was playing
100%.
it. I cared kind of about how Sonic blew up and we thought he died, and it was kind of cool to use Chaos Control with a fake emerald. Like I kind of like it, but that was probably the pinnacle, in my opinion, of at least Sonic's story. Because afterwards, now it's just like Sonic Frontiers out. And I'm not interested.
It might depend how seriously you want to take your Sonic story. Like, when I think of Sonic, I feel like he doesn't need anything more complicated than Mario, where it's like, oh, I got to capture the princess. I'm not saying it's what he has to do, but he's rescuing the animals from Robotnik, generally, in the old games.
Yeah, he doesn't do that much anymore.
When they try to add too much, like, melodrama, or at least, like, anime kind of, like, acting, it does... I'm not a big fan of it. I can laugh at it.
Yeah.
But I'm not invested.
I think I just like more of a story to it. Like you didn't know where it was going. I guess when first time you're playing it, you don't know what the goal is. Like you don't even know what's happening. So it's kind of like somewhat interesting the first time you're playing it. You meet Shadow. Sonic meets Shadow. It's like, oh, what's Shadow all about? And it's like, oh, Robotnik wants to destroy the world. Like, whoa, that's crazy. Like it's not so one dimensional. Like you kind of like there's things that happen. I don't know. A story for me is really important in a game, even as ridiculous of a story like when we were playing Claymates. I'm happy there was there was some kind of story. When we were playing other games, there wasn't much of a story, and I maybe wasn't as interested.
I guess that's a you thing then. Like I don't mind that's there. It doesn't bug me. It's just I'm not like it's not a driving force for me. I'm there to see like what's the next level going to be like. What kind of crazy like action set piece is Sonic going to run through? And that's generally like. Because I remember I played this as a kid and I enjoyed it too. I played on the GameCube. I never played the Dreamcast version, and that's what this version is. But I remember playing it, and I really liked it as a kid. But I was just playing for the Sonic stuff, and then also collecting random gems and stuff for my Chao.
Yes, I was just thinking about the Chaos. That really brought more life to the game. Because that whole segment, the fighting, I like the racing the best. Myself. Which one did you
I just like hanging out in that garden, honestly, feeding them things.
And then just,
Like I would spend. I don't know.
pet.
It's one of those things like how did I do this as a kid? I would just spend hours in that one little garden.
Yeah.
And I'd go play the levels, get more of those like little like glowing and animals.
Those rave sticks.
Yeah, give them more glow in the dark sticks. More animals.
Boost the stats, and they get the little animal features on them. And
yeah,
like that was. Like I can't think of how many games you can do something like that, and that's not the whole game. Like it's kind of neat how they added that. There was a lot.
Yeah, more games could use something like that. That like it's an outside motivating factor to replay the levels.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
and this game actually has a lot of that already too, because like it is fun to, at least with the Sonic levels, to replay them and get higher scores, right? Because the first time you play through, it's probably E. And you go back, with a little more practice and start maybe a D, maybe a C even.
The bosses I want to talk a little bit about. What did you think of those?
Oh, I'm trying to they're really like, janky's the best word for all of this game, but like they're especially like I'm thinking of that first thing, that mech that comes down, right? That police mech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Escape from the City level.
Yes, that's right.
And it just kind of like you could in theory hit it at any point.
Yes.
But there's points when you're supposed to hit it and it's not clearly telegraphed.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then when you're fighting like Shadow or something.
Oh, it's just
it's just a crapshoot.
And he's like, they're saying stuff. It's like, and they're talking. And it's supposed to be like you only hit them once. You move around, you kind of fight a little bit. But if you spam it, you could be killing him like constantly, and the dialogue's coming out all at once.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Robotnik one, where you're just killing him. He's like, you did it. Let my guard down. It's like. I think that's what's fun about it, is you can break it.
Oh, yeah.
And then like, this game is messing up.
Well, and I'm a fan of that kind of thing. I think I prefer when you can break it like strategically, like Mario 64, how you can just like you can cheat so many stars. There's always a fun trick. This game doesn't have that as much. It's more like you're just like making it look glitchier by what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not really getting an advantage.
No, you're just exploiting the missing parts that the developers maybe missed.
Now here's this is usually what you say, but the music in this game is great.
Yeah.
Especially, it barely needs mentioning, but the opening mission.
Oh yeah,
Escape from the City is a classic.
Yeah, like that's pumped.
As like a kid, I would just replay that level just to hear the music.
Oh, and then go down the highway of Los Angeles, I think they're in, or San Francisco.
San Francisco-esque, yeah. Is it actually San Francisco?
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. But you're going down like a snowboard. Mm-hmm. Like that's really cool.
That's Sonic.
That's Sonic. He's like using the part of a ship as a snowboard. And going down city streets with it, like that's pretty sick.
That might be one of the best like first levels ever, just to like establish what this character's about, his vibe, the gameplay you should hope for, the best the game has to offer right up front, and then it quickly drops the ball by just not being that for the most part ever again. Like, is there any level that even tops its first one? Not really.
Like in excitement.
Just in general, like the way it's constructed and how fun it is. Like the only one I can think of that comes close is Sonic in his Metal Harbor or whatever. Like like when he's at that missile yard or whatever. Not just the music, but just like that level feels fun. It has a cool vibe.
Yeah, it's cool. Like you go on that rocket, you jump off the rocket, and the music changes at certain points when you're going through the level. Like that one is very exciting.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I mean, like I like them all very well. So I may have a harder time distinguishing, like, this one's better than that. I haven't really thought about it. But that jungle, like, I think of the jungle level. Like, I like that one a lot. Like, there's a timer.
Yeah.
It's exciting. The music in that one's really cool. But yeah, like, definitely the first one makes a very noticeable
It starts up here. And it doesn't necessarily, like Sonic stays up there, but he never gets back up.
Maybe not, yeah. It doesn't.
And Shadow, too, like, most of the Shadow levels are, like, not as good.
As Sonic, probably just a notch down for the most part. Oh, I do like that Sky Rail one. So you're kind of you're in Pumpkin Hills basically during the day. I don't know, the music in that one. That's I used to go rollerblading and listening to that music, and they're like, that song's really pump. Hey, that's good.
Well, and that's a neat little character animation thing, that how when Shadow runs, he has that kind of like inline skater look to him.
Yeah.
So like there's definitely like for every little flaw, there's at least two things that are good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's such an odd game to talk about, because you could trash it for 15 minutes or you could praise it for 15 minutes.
Yes. It really depends on how you look at it, like very much so. It's not like, just ignore. Well, no, we're not ignoring it. those things are true, but it also is quite fun.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't know why, but I really like the Ultimate Lifeform battle. You play a shadow and you kill like that big lizard thing. That song is really good.
It's a weird boss, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to hit like these kind of projectile beam things and then get into the center of it. But that song, like, it's really like metal kind of acid. I don't know, it's crazy stuff. Oh, we're actually out of time. I'm actually
on time attack.
On time attack, and I'm kind of sad about that. Usually, it's like, oh, good, it's over. But I like Sonic Battle.
I was running out of things.
Oh, I guess
it's a good game, but
I guess one of us might like it a little more than the other, just maybe a little bit. All right, well, hope you enjoyed that conversation.
And thanks for watching.
Time over!